Hello everybody, it's Dragana from Saacibo. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to be back. I was on a vacation for a whole week, no new videos, and I'm really excited to show you this one. I've sort of completed it yesterday. I was hoping to complete it before I go on my vacation, but that's another story. I just did not have time. And this is such a massive journal, and have a look at this. It's constructed similar way as my own nature journal, same size, similar concept, but of course it's different on the inside. This one is complete while I'm still working on mine. It's a really big journal and I put my heart and soul into it. I love it. It's a nature, obviously nature theme. You can see these dry flowers here that I've glued onto a handmade paper. I put some brown lace around, did some decorative touches with my yo-yo flowers, some of these wooden leaves and flowers, a butterfly button. Before we take a look on the inside, I just want to quickly give you dimensions. It's 7.5 inches by 10 3/4, and the spine is about 2.5. At the widest it's 4. Here is 2 1/4. Okay. 3 signatures, elastic binding. This is a handmade bead. I put eyelets here to protect the holes. There's that eco print. Okay, I will link down in the description box below all the related tutorials on how to make the cover, how to do the eco print, how to glue dry flowers onto the paper, and if there was any other that I can't think of right now, I will link them down below as well. Okay, let's go take a look. Here we go. This is the inside. This paper has been hand painted with acrylics and protected with varnish. It's flexible and soft and really tough, and I love how it turned out. 3 signatures, and each signature can be removed like this, and it is bound, but it goes in like this. It's much easier to work in a journal like that, for me anyway. So this fabric keeps moving. Okay, so for each signature I made a cover, simply because when you use elastic binding you can't put a really thin paper on the outside or where the corners are. It will get damaged eventually, so this way it's a bit tougher. And these are brown envelopes that I painted with, this one obviously with gold, this one with the gold on the inside, and I stenciled. So I just, here's the gold and stenciling, and I used one of my latest digital kits, Secret Forest, and I will do the quick presentation of that digital kit at the very end of the video. So if you want to see it right away, you can skip using timestamps. If not, wait until the end of the video and I will show you quickly what's inside of that kit. Okay, so here's the page from that kit with a little squirrel. I love it. I used some fabric and I stitched it to the cover. Now the inside of the cover, I put my jelly print and a bit of cheesecloth, stitched it all together, so it looks works really well. And here we have a pocket. This pocket is made from a recycled envelope that's been painted, and a postcard from that kit. I left it blank here, but it can be decorated or used even. And again, this is my original jelly print. It was one of the cleanup papers that I kept working on, and then I glued it onto some cardstock, backed it up, and I did the lines with black marker. Hope you can see, but the rest is like gold paint, and it's got that interesting pattern underneath. I really like it, and I just added a sentiment there. And these are just so gorgeous, these cards. I turned all of these leaf prints into cards, most of them, and I really love them. Okay, This is from that leaf, autumn leaves digital. Okay, here we have a little tuck spot with a wax seal. This is one of the herbal cards. I think this is volume 3. This again is original jelly print. Used leaves and a gold paint, and I just glued it, ripped around, and I glued onto this craft paper. Bit of stenciling here. This can be used to further decorate or to write. And over here we have this is a handmade paper, and I glued some flower petals, real flower petals that were dried, and then I did some, line work around with markers, and then I glued one of those flowers. There's also a tutorial on how to make those flowers, and I turned it into a little pocket. And this is just a page from an old book, and can be used to make collages. Okay, for this page here I left it blank on purpose, but I put a little ruffle, and I think it looks really cute. Okay, now on this side we have a pocket. It's made from a real jelly print. This is my original jelly print. It's not a printable, it's a real jelly print, and it's stitched to this page with a sewing machine. And another sheet from a book page from 1926. It's really lovely font, and it's in German. I don't understand it, but it looks beautiful. Okay, here we have a little cluster. I made this in one of the tutorials on how to use acetate packaging. I think it looks cute there. Okay, and this here is again from the autumn leaves digital that were my own jelly prints. Okay, that's from that new digital, I think. This is a printable, but that paper here, that's original jelly print. And I love how this looks. It's just really beautiful autumn colors. It's a nature themed journal, but a lot of autumn colors in it. I guess it's that time of the year. Now here I turned this little rose leaf that was laminated into almost like a specimen, and I used my eco print to cut the shape. I think it looks really cute. Here's one postcard. That's a printout of the eco print. I will leave the links to all these tutorials for eco printing down below as well. And that's a little, like an envelope, which when you buy guitar strings, they come in these square little envelopes. And I always ask my husband to keep them for me, so I like to work on them. This, believe it or not, comes from a bread bag. When you buy bread, it comes with this windmill drawing on that thin brown paper, and I loved it, so I just glued it there, and that's just a flower. Okay, I think that goes really well there. Right, this is that thin tissue paper. I just stenciled these trees here very lightly. I love how these, when they overlap, I like to have edges like that. I think that looks really interesting, like that. Okay, now this one is from Forest Whispers kit, I think. Can't even remember. I don't have that many digital kits, but I keep forgetting their names. And I put a little like a tab here with an eyelet, and this is a little charm. This is a real flower that's laminated, a bit of lace, a bit of cardboard, and a sun charm. All right, now one of the pages that's kind of different. It's pink and green, but that's all right. It works well when you open it up like that. There's a flower here with a bit of pink and green, and I included this tag. It's a large one, you can write on the back. This is eco print, And over here it's a real flower, and we've done this in one of the videos, Journal with Me Weekly, which I will continue working and creating those videos as soon as I get back into the routine. It's been really hectic since I got back from my holiday. Sorry about the background noises. They are working on our street, just digging up holes and putting up pipes or whatever. It's gonna be for a while, I guess. It's annoying, but it has to be done. All right, this is the center of that first signature, and I used this scrapbooking paper that was blank on this side, but then I used rust and tea and coffee and a stencil to create that effect. And I kind of folded and cut to create pockets. Okay, so here we have some interesting things. Another postcard from that secret forest. Here we have one of those insect entomology kit. What does it say here? It says, I'm empathetic to a fault. I really do, embarrassingly enough. Tear up when someone squishes a bug in front of me. Kristen Bell. It's so true. It works. I sign every word. All right. And that's from those last year specimen cards made with playing cards. Okay, can go in here. What do we have in here? Again, the large tag put on a eco print, and I've done that in that episode of Journal with Me Weekly number 3, I think. This is a herbal card, again from volume 3, I think. And I've done this one only last night. I created a little like a specimen card with this, just the dies that I had. And I think that's kind of really cute there. All right, another blank page. Now here, I've done this probably 2 years ago, and I just could never fit it anywhere. And then this page looked really weird, and I just pulled it out, and I thought it looked perfect with this green and a bit of green there. Now these are original eco prints that I cut into like journaling cards, and I did the corners so they can be used to write or glue pictures. And I think they can go in here. Again, original eco print. And because this page here has those kind of earthy pink tones, this one worked really well with that. And I used an envelope that I coffee or tea dyed. I think tea dyed, that's why it's kind of pink. And you know, when you tea dye, sometimes the envelopes open up, and this one opened up, and I didn't want to glue it back in because I think this side can be used to write or glue pictures, and it's like a little interactive part of the journal. And I just added these here. I love how these leaves turn out. I'm so in love with these leaves. Okay, this is also from the new Secret Forest digital, but this side is from the Forest Whispers. This is also an original eco print. It says here, Admire Nature. It's got a lot of black and a bit of blue and some gold, and you can put things in here. I glue it only top and bottom. Okay, again, I don't know if you can see, it's a stenciled forest there. Now this is one of my favorite pages in this signature. Have a look. This was printed on tracing paper or vellum. Not vellum, it's tracing paper, but it's like vellum, it's see-through. And this is my jelly print, and I think it just looks, those two for some reason just have such gorgeous color, like browns and yellows. It just works really well, and that's the original jelly print. And this is coffee stained paper. I think it looks really cool in here, and that's original jelly print. I love it. The gold, it says time to shine because it's gold, it's shiny. I hope you can see. I love it. Okay, again, this is from the Secret Forest, but that's from the Autumn Leaves. Here we come to the second half of that. Oh, there's a pocket here and a book page. This is from a botanical book. I think someone who studies botany. I thought that tree looked there really interesting. Okay, we have a little ruffle here. Now here, this is original eco print, and I had these squares left, and then I cut out butterflies, and that was kind of see-through, so I just added a bit of wax paper to create that. You see, it's see-through, and that's a little specimen card using acetate packaging from stamps. There's a video on that as well. I might have said it, I don't even know anymore. Again, another original eco print. I love this one. It turned out so good, and it started as a cleanup paper as well. And there's just a bit of fabric and some stenciling at the back. Here we have a stamp of 2 birds on handmade paper, a little cluster there, but it can be used as a tuck spot. This is just a book page. And here we come to the end of the first signature. I love how this tag turned out. It's huge, but it's really nice to write on the back. This is waxed paper. As I printed these mushroom images on regular copy paper, and then I use that technique with candles and hot iron to create a wax paper. But I love it. Okay, and here we have a little tag, and what I cut out here I glued over there, and I painted this with gold and green, and I left that there, and I think it just looks really cute like that. Okay, the noises outside really distract me, but I'm sorry. If I wait until they stop, it's going to be dark and I won't be able to do the video, so I have to do it now. Okay, so here is another eco print turned into digital, and that is part of this Secret Forest. Now this one is with the bunny. Again, cover is a large brown envelope that I painted with gold acrylic paint on the inside, and I used stencils and green inks on the outside, a bit of fabric, and this image that's stitched onto it. And on the inside, again, I used jelly print. I think there's a video on how I've done this jelly print as well. This is an envelope that I used on my jelly print, and I just cut out that section that has the acetate there, and I put a bit of lace around. I think it looks really cute with this brown and green. Again, postcard from that Secret Forest. That's the back. Nice. And another leaf. It says Create Beauty. I glued it onto the cardstock, backed it up, and then I used black marker to make these lines stand out a bit more. So I did some drawing on top. Love that. It's from that Secret Forest. And this one, I absolutely love this one. It's an original jelly print, as you can see. It's a bit wrinkled, but the leaf turned out so beautiful. I used gold paint to get the leaf, and the background is beautiful as well. And it was done on coffee stain paper. Now this is an image from a magazine of some dry flowers, and I really like it, and I added these butterflies. I cut them out from different papers, wax paper, tracing paper, some of the papers that are painted with gold and bronze. And these here, these drops, they are kind of raised. I used contour paint. I'll show you what it looks like in case you're wondering. This is it. That's black. that's black as well, white, silver. And the reason I have these is because for a while I wanted to paint on glass, and this is used to paint, do contour work on glass, but then I never used it, so I thought I can use it in my journal, and it works really well. It can take a little bit longer to dry, but I love it. Yeah, it's good. All right, here I love this page. It's just really kind of simple and calm. I don't know. This is like a little tag and laminated feather that I just stacked together like that. Created this little pocket here for the feather, because obviously owls and feathers. I don't think that's an owl feather, but never mind. We can pretend it is. Another page from that old book. This is a flower, layered flower, and there is also a pocket here. You could put something in here as well. This pocket there. Okay. This is wrapping paper, ordinary wrapping paper that comes in a big roll, but I coffee stained it, and then it kind of, some of the paint or shine just was gone, and I was really happy with it, so now I love using it. This was painted with rust. Now this is, I think this was printed on tracing paper, yes. And here we have another ruffle. It's one of those collage strips, and again an old book. This one is in Cyrillics, I think, yes. And another eco print that I cut into a, like an index card or journaling card shape. I think it looks really cute there. This one says with hope. Okay, and over here again we have something similar with that envelope that I tea stained. I mean, this can be glued and used as a pocket as well, but I thought it's really cool if I leave it like that. And that's a printable of my jelly print. It's not original, that one, because I used it elsewhere. A bit of fabric. I just love the colors. And here, this is the original. I love this one. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Beautiful colors, textures, copper and a bit of dark brown and black. Okay. And this pocket is lined with fabric, but this paper is actually made from flower petals and a little bit of napkin paper. Petals we used in eco printing, and once I finished I just blended them in and created some of these papers. And I only have a few, but they're really thin, and I don't know, I love them. Beautiful. This is my own stamp of sunflower that I carved out of liner cut. I keep thinking I have to do a video on how to make your own stamps, but I guess I will get to it at some stage. I think this is from the Forest Whispers collection. I love this thin paper, and I stenciled this flower in dark green. I think it looks really pretty like that. These are just some smaller pieces of paper. I like to layer papers in different sizes, smaller, bigger, thinner, wider. I just think it adds interest to a journal. And this is the center of the second signature, and also the center of the journal. So here I created these pockets with I think this is French, vintage French lace collection, but I printed it on tracing paper and I tore the edges to create pockets. And these are autumn leaves collection. Here we have some herbal cards. This is from Forest Whispers, like a journaling card tag, and one bugs. It says, bugs never bug my head. They are amazing. It is the activities of humans which actually bug me all the time. I just love this. I love it. Okay. Now here, this is the second part. Again, stencil that flower onto this thin paper. Mushroom and some writing space. I love this one as well. All right, another ruffle. So we have here, this is the second half. Okay, again a pocket and a pocket here, and a pocket there. Now a page from a dictionary, English Bosnian dictionary. If you would, I didn't check all the words. I hope they're not really rude or something like that. I mean, it's hard to get a page with all perfect words. There's everything there. Okay, this is tea stained page from a notebook. And here as well is a little tuck spot. I didn't put anything in, but it can be put little receipts or something like that. Pictures. Okay, and that's that other half of that print. I love this one. It was, I was thinking whether I should use it or not, but I love it. And I love this imperfection here. I was thinking of doing something with gold thread here, as if it was stitched, but I gave up on that in the end. I think it looks perfect like that. Okay, a bit of ferns, and here again we have that collage strip, and this notebook paper is actually the same as that one. It's the same one, but when I coffee stained it, it became almost like a wax paper because it's so thin and old, and the coffee turned it into this lovely paper. I think it would be perfect to make like little glassine bags. Okay, that's the end of that signature. Now we come to the last one with a little woodpecker. Again, I painted the cover of that envelope. You can see it's an envelope here. But I painted it in gold, and I used darker inks on this side, a bit of fabric, and that image that's stitched on top. And in here, I decided to include one of those bookmarks that were actually stenciled feather on original eco print, and then I used sewing machine to stitch around and across here, and some charms and beads down the bottom and a tassel at the top. So, and here is original music sheet. What does this quote say? I loved being outside. We'd hold lightning bugs in our fingers and pretend they were diamond rings. Loretta Lynn. All these quotes are actually from the entomology collection. Okay, some mushrooms. And then one of those herbal cards, but I glued it on top of this. I thought it looks good. This is also original eco print on packaging paper, and I love it. This was painted with rust, and another fabric ruffle. Now, another one of my favorite things in this journal is actually this. I printed this image, these leaves, onto tracing paper, and I used the book. That's actually a botanical book or gardening book, and I stitched it here to create a pocket, because what else can you do with book pages? I mean, you can glue things on top, but they're perfect for making pockets. But then you don't want to see just the text, you want something on top. So I thought that worked really well, and because it's a wider book and this was sticking out a lot, I decided to just do like a flip like that, and I added a flower here. And on this side, to cover the writing, I used my faux botanical papers. Again, there's a tutorial for that as well, if you'd like to see how it's done. Oh, and this here, I love this. And this as well. think. I'm not sure if this is the this is the entomology collection background, I think. I'm confused sometimes. Okay, this leaf turned out really beautiful, a bit of stamping there, just some pictures that's from that book. Sometimes they have little images on the side, so I think I cut one out. This is some shiny paper. It's really nice green, and I just stenciled on top of that. And here I stenciled some wildflowers. I hope you can see that. It's really subtle, but it's there. Again, mushrooms and these leaves. I love these leaves. You can even go with a pencil or a marker and paint over or draw lines. That would be really cool. Now here in the middle we have an envelope that's turned into 4 pockets. There's a pocket here, pocket here, pocket here, and one here. And in this one here I made a little, like a layered tag with a real specimen, like that. Here in the middle I used a doily. Oh, is it a doily? I don't know. There's a bit of needlework in here and a crochet lace around, and I really love it. It was a part of a bigger piece, but I cut out all these circles because I love them like that, rather than have a big thing that I can't really use in my journals. And here we have a little collage, again another plant and another specimen cards. This is a rose petal in here. I think these are from the Dream Diary collection, these tags. Okay, more stenciled forest here, as you can kind of see, but it's really subtle. It's still right on top. And here we have like a little collage with a cluster of, that's a real plant here that's been glued to the page. The other half of that signature. And here again we come to that book page. On this side it's the same thing, that tracing paper over the page with a lid. But here I just experimented a little bit, and I had these pieces left, so I made like a little collage. You can still see some of the book page underneath the paper that's tracing paper. And then I used my original jelly print, but the section where the leaves are was white. It was empty because it was a cleaner paper. And I thought, how about if I just put a piece of fabric and stitch over it. Fabric is quite see-through, so I was able to. And then I cut out the excess. So I really like how it turned out. I should make more of these, I think. It's really interesting. Now here I printed this image onto this same book page. The title was empty page, only had this title here, which is about protection of plants or something. And I just turned it into a belly band. I folded in the sides. I added that jelly print that says Love Nature, and it created a little pocket here, but there's also a tuck spot here. So I thought this can go in here. Something stuck. Now this is original print turned into a tag, original jelly print, and it's a certificate of authenticity with my own wax seal. I love it. Again, just a little collage. It says Dream. This is fabric, stamped on fabric, and I put underneath this book plate. Okay, here I added this lace. I don't know, it just looked really good, that color with this and the rest. When you look at it like that, it all works well. And Now here we have a little charm, and this is like acrylic paint. When it's painted really thick, once it dries, you add a bit of wax, like gold or silver or bronze, and ends up being almost like metal. It has metallic look. I really love it. And it's just image of a fern and a little doily, a bit of fabric, and with that there it looks really cute. And we come to the end. Picture of the mushrooms here, another belly band. Here we have a little specimen, tiny little specimen, and I created this envelope and I put one of those charms from the faux specimen collection. So leave here. Yep. Added this tab, an eyelet, an envelope. Let's see what's inside. Oh yeah, these were cut from real eco prints, and this is a specimen of rose. So this is like a little kit, and you're meant to make a specimen with it. I thought that was fun, so I'll put that inside. And because this charm is kind of heavy, it keeps the envelope closed, and I love how it looks. Just like that. Okay, and that's the end of it. So that is this massive journal. Now I gave you the dimensions for the cover, but the actual signatures are smaller. So they are 6.5 by 9 inches, and this is because of this. You can't make them as big as this because you have to put eyelets here, and like I said, they can all be removed from the journal. Here it is. It's a big journal and it feels beautiful in the hands. Okay, so that is it, and I will put it aside. And now I want to quickly show you that Secret Forest digital. Here we go. That's the page with the bunny, and it has the writing area on this side. So when you fold it like this, you can write on the back. I just printed a plain page on that side. And that is the full background that goes with it. Now that's the page with the squirrel and the full background that goes with that. And these are my eco prints, these as well. And this is the page with the book packer, also has writing on one side, and this is a jelly print. Then it has, so that's those 3 pages with images and the writing area and these backgrounds. And now we have some plainer backgrounds that go with it, like this one, the green one, and these are all my own designs, and this one as well, jelly print, digitized jelly print. Now we have some more writing pages. We have one with lines and ferns, and this one just with lines and no ferns. Also in the background you can see my own jelly prints. Same here, we have plain one and with a checkered pattern, and one with mushrooms. And this is a page with those postcards, which you can use just like images or journaling cards, or you can print on the back and you'll have a postcards. They match, like you've seen me in the journal when I actually turn these images with postcard, but they are corresponding. That's the long one and this one, but you don't have to use them as postcards. You can print these this page like this and then print any of the other pages at the back like I did here. So when I cut these out, the postcards will have that on the back. That's why I printed on a cardstock, and then I can further decorate the back. Alright, so that is my Secret Forest vegetable kit and the journal. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some ideas and some inspiration. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today. I hope I see you soon again in my next video. Bye for now.